Hey. Hey, what's up, guys? Another episode of Meg TV. I had recently a request of overcoming introversion and social anxiety. Yes, that's it. Some of you watching my channel, all 12 of you or something, may say that Megan, you're not an introvert, you're an extrovert. Look at you being all loud and stuff. Well, I'm not, okay? I've said this many times before, and what is going on? Okay, let's just do this, okay? I'm growing my hair out. I learned how to turn it on. I think that's the best way to describe it, because I'm still very much an introvert, and I do really like to keep to myself. There were a lot of times in my life, and I think I'm never going to be fully comfortable in a social setting because I'm labeled, quote unquote, introverted. To me, that just means I'm not as comfortable going up to somebody and saying, "Hi, my name is Megan." I'm very uncomfortable with that. I can do it. That's what I call turning it on, but inside I'm a little bit shaky still. And I don't think I'm ever gonna be truly 100% comfortable doing it. I get better every time. And you know what? I want to say first off that there's nothing wrong with being introverted, and there's nothing wrong with keeping to yourself and being shy, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? The only time it becomes like an issue is because, in instances of actually having anxiety and having those feelings keeping you from living the life that you really want. So therein lies the difference. So there's the introvert who just likes being alone, and alone time is really good. That's really healthy. Having a healthy relationship with yourself is the first relationship that you have and are always going to be in, and it's very much okay to be okay with being alone. When you get anxiety in a social setting and you actually want to be, you want to turn it on, and you want to make new friends and you want to meet new people, but you can't because you're immobilized by your anxiety or your fear, that's when it becomes an issue, okay? So I saw that in myself very early on, and my first tip for overcoming social anxiety was something I did kind of unconsciously. Was I joined sports teams for my school, and I barely talked to anybody. I had like one friend always in school, but I played sports really well. So I would play really well, and that would get me a lot of acclaim and accolades, like being MVP or captain of the team or something like that. And inevitably that would break down any barrier of me being shy or feeling stupid or awkward or feeling anxious around other people because I was playing the game that I loved, So always, and I learned this through a book that I've read called Play It Away. Play basically eliminates anxiety. If you're having fun and if you make it a game and you're playing, and it's not always this conformed idea of play, you basically eliminate your anxiety. Later on, as I got older, I wasn't playing very many sports because you get a job and you go to college and all that stuff. So I had to find a different way, because I found myself kind of receding back into being, very quiet and resting bitch face all the time and not making new friends. My friend actually is very good at this next little tip, which is, a lot of times when we have social anxiety is because we're worried about what we look like or how we sound or whatever. We have all this attention on us, like, oh my God, there's a spotlight on me all the time. And that's really not the case, is it? So that's a very kind of selfish way to look at that time. We're being actually very selfish in that time. And you know what? Really, people don't give a damn about these little things. They really don't. So my second tip would be to shift the focus from yourself and stop being selfish and shift it on somebody else. And my friend, like I said, is very good at this. When he's talking to you in a room full of people, it's like you're the only one there. And that's amazing. And it's not a romantic thing. I know that sounds kind of romantic, but it just feels like on the receiving end, like, yes, I'm the only person in this room and that you care about, and we're engaged and we're making a connection as human beings, and we're talking and we're laughing and we're having a good time, because, you know, he's totally focused on you. And that's something that you can do with other people too. So you walk into a room and you don't know anybody, okay? You'll start to pick up certain energy vibes from people, not a woo-woo thing, but you know, you get a feeling. I gotta sneeze. Oh shit, I hate when it goes away. You get this vibe, right? And so you pick out the one that looks less menacing or easiest to talk to. And I experimented with this really recently at this birthday party. And I just go, I love it when people bring wine or something to that effect, because I'm kind of a wino. And that opens up conversation. Another tip when you're making these opening statements and shifting the focus from yourself is to just not give a crap about what you say or what you look like, not in a way that come as a slob, but like, I think a lot of times that we stumble upon our words is because we're worried we're not saying something cool or relevant or something like that. It's just whatever comes to mind. It's more weird that you sit in the corner and don't say anything. And it's much more appealing and cute when you call yourself out and be like, sometimes I'll stumble upon my words and I'll just call myself out and be like, I'm kind of nervous because I don't really know anybody here. But hey, the wine is good. And I'll say something like that because just to kind of break this tension. And you know what? They are probably feeling the same thing too. If they weren't talking to somebody, they were probably like, yeah, I know like 2 people here. And then there you go. You get to talking. And so it's just little moments like that I try to work on and to overcome my social anxiety. Because yes, I still kind of feel this weird thing. Something happens to me physiologically if you were to monitor me. When somebody says, hey, do you want to go to a party? And I'm like, who's gonna be there? I even get a little bit defensive as a sort of, just a defense mechanism. Like I'll even turn cold and distant. And I used to do this a lot in my youth because I didn't know how to react. And that right there is a limitation on the life that you actually want to live, because of you're held back because of your anxiety. My 4th tip is to think about your motivation, your end goal. Like if I open up and if I become a better human being right now, I'm going to be able to be seen, be heard, be appreciated, be loved. All those things, maybe not at a party per se, all those things together, but the ability to speak up and to say what's really on your mind and to stop being anxious about wanting to be you just transfers into the rest of your life. Like if I didn't know how to turn it on, I wouldn't be in the relationship that I'm in. And I wouldn't have the relationship that I have with my parents, which is pretty much very open, or the relationship with my sister or my cousins or my friends, Like there's so much benefit to you if you can open yourself up that way, even though you were an introvert and even though you feel that anxiety. So I hope that helps, man. So thank you for asking, for requesting a video like this. I think it really challenged me to ask myself, well, yeah, what did I do to turn it on, and do I actually still struggle with that, and how am I dealing with that right now? I'm digging that. I really like this, video requests. So if you have any video requests on stuff like this, I'd love to make a video about it and then give it back to you. So Good things, guys. This video was kind of long, but social anxiety, I think, is a pretty common thing that a lot of people deal with, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. It's just a little bit harder for us introverts, isn't it? So good things. It's Good Shit Friday, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out.